Hey, hello, TMG Ben Kawa here, and we're on the second video of the month regarding sun. In that first video about sun, we talked about sunshine, vitamin D, and how important vitamin D is with respect to your wellness. If you're not getting proper sunshine, perhaps some foods or some supplements that could be obtained to work on this element of vitamin D. Now, on the second element, the second layer of sun, we're going to start talking about the internal part of sun. Heat within the body, internal heat within the body. And my biggest takeaway during my learnings with the Wellness Association was how inflammation is something that we should all be looking at, okay? Inflammation in the body is normal. It's a healthy immune response to injury or germs. We can even feel the fire of inflammation as heat in our skin with redness, pain, or we can feel it internally if we are fighting off an infection. But inflammation can also not be so great when it becomes chronic and operates at a low level in the background instead of rising up to meet an attack on the body. When our bodies are experiencing chronic inflammation, we are susceptible to a range of illnesses and symptoms, and one of the first is typically fatigue, low energy, and feeling generally run down. That's often accompanied by pain and swelling in body parts. So, just talking about inflammation, I'd like to turn it over to foods that promote inflammation, foods that are bad for you from an inflammation point of view. So here's some foods that you should avoid, okay, when it comes to inflammation. All right, number one, any sugar, or any high fructose corn syrup, artificial trans fats. These are the unhealthy fats. Vegetable or seed oils, refined carbohydrates that have their fiber removed, or processed foods containing sugar or flour, excessive alcohol, processed meats, gluten, dairy and cheeses. Those are some of the foods that really should be avoided if concerned about inflammation in your body. Now, we talk about foods that should be avoided. Well, let's talk about foods that are high anti-inflammatory foods, okay? And this is the positive list. If we could pick up 1, 2, 3, or 4 to make these a part of our daily routine, we're putting in our body foods that are going to help fight inflammation and keep it in check. So here's some of those the positive foods that fight inflammation. Berries, strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries. So all berries. Not all berries, but the berries I mentioned specifically. Fatty fish, broccoli, which includes cauliflowers, Brussels sprouts, and kale, avocados, green tea, peppers, bell and chili peppers, mushrooms, if you can have them raw or slightly cooked, all the better, grapes, turmeric, extra virgin olive oil, dark chocolate, tomatoes, cherries. Listen, that's just a quick laundry list of foods that are great to fight anti-inflammation in your body. So regular exercise helps as well, and avoiding stress does too. And boy, oh boy, we all need to do that from time to time, don't we? So get that thyroid checked, get the adrenals checked. But inflammation is my biggest takeaway with respect to the second layer of sun, that internal heat towards your body, okay? Now I'd like to move it over to the last layer of sun. And that layer of sun talks to the spiritual or the symbolic layer of sun, okay? We're talking about the inner fire, that personal power you have, the creativity, the willingness to transform, that internal sunshine you have, that let the sunshine in, like that kind of attitude that you have. Now, developing personal power. When we feel powerless or disempowered, it can lead to a malaise. It can lead to a woe is me. It can lead to a unwell situation. Personal power is needed in well-being, and it's not power over others, okay? It's not power over others. It's power over your own life. Why is personal power important? That whole blaming others. Let me ask you some questions about your personal power and your internal sunshine. Do you sense your own internal fire? How do you express any creative energy? Are you open to changing? Are you pushing down personal power to please others? Are you stuck or misunderstood? Do you have those feelings? Are you resisting your own internal fire? And why? Or circumstances for your lot in life or where you're at. You've got to turn that helpless victim kind of syndrome into something that is not depressing or deflating, okay? Personal power is knowing your boundaries. It's looking for solutions to heal. Okay, I'm in this situation. I can concentrate on all the reasons I'm in this situation, or woe is me, or do I look for elements that help me heal and move away from the situation, taking care of you, valuing you, and protecting you. So how do you tap into personal power? You got to embrace yourself. You got to embrace your life. Listen, if you're listening to this video, I'm going to make a statement that there's probably, give or take a few 100 million, 5 billion people on this planet that would rather, be in your shoes than in theirs. There's tremendous value in who you are and where you are in your life. So you gotta, that's where you start off from, okay? That's tapping into personal power. Self-ownership, turn that victim mentality into something that produces power, okay? Be your own hero. Know your limitations and how to expand. Everybody has limits, whether it be physical, emotional, talent, energy. Being honest, do an honest assessment of where you're at from a knowing your limitations. Where are you staying small in your development out of fear, and having an honest assessment about that, and pour energy and focus on areas that you can change, and that helps you grow, okay? Worried about areas that you can't change, it's not going to help you grow, and it's taking away your power. You've got to cultivate more self-awareness on how you feel. What brings you peace? What makes you feel alive? Okay? And we work on those, and we hone those, and we build those into our daily practice. And you must regulate yourself. Understand your reactions. Don't give power away. Don't give power away to situations or people, okay? Personal power, a big part of that fire, that is a part of that third layer of sun. TMG, that concludes our month on sun. We talked in the first layer, the external layer, about how vitamin D is very important, and one of the best ways to get vitamin D is through sunshine. Of course, you can talk to your medical advisor in terms of foods and or supplements that can help you with your vitamin D intake, but how important vitamin D is to your wellness. The second layer of sun was that internal, what it does to your body, and how the biggest takeaway for me, and I want to share with you, was inflammation, and to really, get your adrenals, get your thyroid, get them checked, but really watch the foods that may cause inflammatory responses, and counteracting those with foods that are anti-inflammatory. Gave you a laundry list of those kinds of foods. And the third layer of sun was that inner fire, okay? What makes your sunshine? What exudes sunshine and happiness, and all about personal power. How important personal power is, tips to keep personal power going, and always keeping that in balance, your personal power. That concludes the sun element this month, and we'll follow this up with a Zoom call. You'll get details on that soon to talk about these 3 layers in more detail for anyone that wants to explore. TMG, stay well and spread some too. Bye for now.